everyone. Gordon Soley here with some more championship wrestling from Florida. Joining me in the broadcast booth, as usual, Buddy Colton. Tonight, Buddy, we're going to see some of the greatest talent here in the Florida area. Absolutely, including the champion, and that's coming your way next. Good evening, wrestling fans. We are back once again here at the Eddie Graham. Tonight we've got a tremendous lineup for you. We are going to see the Tag Team Championship defended tonight as the fabulous Stan Lane and Steve Kern put those titles up for grabs against members of the Temple of Five. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how they handle this challenge. Kevin Sullivan's putting two of his men in there. Kendo Nagasaki and the Great Muda to go up against the guys right now who are on fire because Stan Lee and Steve Kern, as you know, they made it to the finals of the NWA US Tag Team Tournament, which will be at the Clash of the Champions in just about 2 weeks' time. They want to go into that match still having those Florida Tag Team titles around their waist. They don't want to go in there without them because I think the Fantastics would be like sharks smelling blood in the water. Indeed, that is something that they will have to consider going in, but we'll know the answer to that later on here tonight in this broadcast. Right now, we're getting a look at the masked superstar. This is a man who really needs no introduction. He is known the world over, and he has obviously decided to come here to the state of Florida, taking on another masked man in Shadow. Well, the Shadow's a guy that has kind of made his way around the circuit, and he's been in the ring with some of the greatest names in the business. Hasn't exactly beat the greatest names in the business, but well, now it's the masked superstar. Oh, he's wasting no time at all. Here it is. There's that neck breaker. Brother, I'll tell you, nobody gets up from that neck breaker. Just like that, it's over. Well, there you see it. He puts that torque on that turn, and it just drives the man's shoulder and neck right into the mat. There's no protecting yourself from the impact that thing puts on you. And we've seen him do that to a number of different guys with similar results. So it'll be interesting to see what the masked superstar plans are. Well, we may not have to wait very long to find out. Oh, wait a minute. What is he? Here he goes. Well, this is what I was concerned about. Now the masked superstar driving the wind right out of the body of the Shadow. All right, wrestling fans, joining us right now in the broadcast booth is a man we just saw in the ring moments ago, the Masked Superstar, and what you just did to your opponent out there, Shadow, really a little bit unpredictable, uncalled for in my opinion. You'd already won the match, but clearly you're here in the state of Florida for a reason.
Well, Mr. Soule, let me start by correcting you. I am not in the state of Florida. I am a free agent. I go where I want. I go when I want. Tomorrow I might be in Atlanta, Georgia. Next night I could be in New York City. I do as I please. I go where I see opportunity. I go where I see the top talent in the business, and I go where I feel I am going to have the best chance for success. And right now, I'm in the state of Florida for a simple reason. It appears you've got a champion here who's been untested. Well, Barry Windham, I am here to give you that test. You want to know if you're really good enough to be the Florida State champion? So do I. So I'm going to make it real simple. What you just saw out there in the ring, that was to get your attention. I hope I have been successful in doing that. And if you are the champion that you say you are, then you will accept my challenge.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Masked Superstar with some words for Barry Windham, and we're going to head back up to the ring at this time.
Oh, I've got to be honest, that would be one heck of a match right there. Barry Windham going up against the Masked Superstar. That's a main event any place you want to go.
Well, right now we are looking at one of the mainstays here in the championship wrestling from Florida, the big cowboy, Ron Bass, and he is accompanied, as often he is, by Sir Oliver Humperdinck.
Well, ever since joining the House of Humperdinck, you know, Bass has gone from being just unruly to unbearable. But he's one of those guys that he can do the talking, but then he can also back it up in the ring. So you got to pick your poison.
And here comes his opposition here tonight, a member of the Blackjacks originally. This is Blackjack Mulligan, and Blackjack Mulligan is no stranger to Ron Bass, nor Ron Bass to Mr. Mulligan. The history between these two men runs very deep. Both men from the state of Texas, both men with some very hard feelings towards one another.
These are two of the biggest, toughest Texas guys I've ever met, and I've met a lot of them, I'll tell you right now, but I would not want to cross paths with either one of these guys, and I would put a guy like Stan the Lariat Hansen in that conversation as well.
I'll tell you, when you talk about names like these guys right here and Stan the Lariat Hansen, you are indeed talking about some of the toughest wrestlers to ever step inside of the square circle. Two of those three are right here. Oliver Humperdinck watching on from outside the ring, the safety of outside the ring, I might add.
So you know Oliver Humperdinck's not going to get his fat rear end in that ring.
Blackjack Mulligan getting off to the quick start here with the big cowboy Ron Bass. That side suplex slamming him down onto the canvas, and now it is Blackjack Mulligan with Mr. Bass, and now planting that big knee right into the midsection. Nicely done by Blackjack. The Irish whip sends him into the ropes. Tremendous forearm uppercut, and Ron Bass is not silly with that one.
Well, these are not two guys that are going to get in there and exchange wrist locks with you. They're not going to do flying head scissors. What they are going to do is they're going to absolutely pummel one another.
Now look at this, the distraction right there was just enough, and now Ron Bass taking advantage of the opportunity presented by him. To the ropes he goes, Ron Bass with a big boot right to the face. assault continuing now as Mr. Bass took that turnbuckle pad out and drives the head of Blackjack Mulligan into that steel ring repeatedly.
Wow, that's going to do a number on him.
Blackjack Mulligan has been fired up by what just took place and now going to work on the Cowboy, Ron Bass.
Well, I'll tell you what, any other man would have took those rapid headshots to that exposed steel ring and it would not be getting back up.
Well, Blackjack Mulligan is not your average man by any stretch of the imagination, but he just got clotheslined all the way out to the concrete floor, and it looks like he may be feeling the effects of that landing for some time. Mr. Bass ramming the head of Blackjack Mulligan into the apron. Big right hand out on the side of the head, and Blackjack Mulligan trying to get back into this thing as best he can. Referee's count reaching 6 now, and Blackjack Mulligan getting back in. Cowboy Ron Bass going for the cover, only getting 1. And now it is Ron Bass. Oh, he comes out the back door, dropping Blackjack Mulligan head first into the canvas. Oh, brother, he's been busted wide open. Blackjack Mulligan is in trouble at this time. Oh, he's got it. The claw hold is on by Cowboy Ron Bass. Blackjack Mulligan is in trouble. Referee waving it off. It's over. Ron Bass victorious over Blackjack Mulligan here in the opening contest. Look at the action out here on the floor. Ron Bass just manhandling Blackjack Mulligan throughout much of this match, but you wonder that exposed steel ring and how much that took out of Blackjack Mulligan, having his head repeatedly run into that.
Yeah, definitely, that's going to definitely have an effect on anybody. I don't care who you are, but that claw hold has put many person out, and it's not the first time, won't be the last time we see it.
You see the blood just seeping through the fingers as Ron Bass applies the pressure to the head and to the face of Blackjack Mulligan. Well, Mr. Bass is victorious. I don't know if we'll ever hear the end of this. Fans will be back with more right after this. Stay with us. wrestling fans. Welcome back once again. We are coming to you from the Eddie Graham Sports Arena here in Orlando, Florida, where tonight we are going to be seeing the Temple of Five in action as they try to bring gold home to the Temple. Kevin Sullivan, since assembling this temple several months ago, has been all the talk here in the state of Florida, especially as it comes to Florida Championship Wrestling.
Well, there he is right there, the sadistic one, Kevin Sullivan, as he leads his charge to the ring. Kendo Nagasaki and Ninja, these two guys have had a lot of success. We see the Fallen Angel in the background also accompanying them to the ring. There's going to be a lot of business going on around ringside there for the fabulous one, Stanley and Steve Kerr, to have to focus on. But they're going to have to focus because the tag team titles are on the line. This is not just a match, it's a title match.
Well, it is going to be very interesting indeed to find out how much of an involvement Mr. Sullivan and the Fallen Angel may have at ringside. We've seen them in multiple outings where sometimes they'll stand by idly and not get involved, but more times than not, they will interject themselves into the match. Temple of Five. From the mind of Kevin Sullivan, the Prince of Darkness himself. And now we're going to see what happens when these guys have to go up against the tag team champions, Stan Lane and Steve Kerr. Here they come, the Fabulous Ones.
Well, I'll tell you, the Fabulous Ones right now are red hot. Red hot, and they've made it to the finals of the NWA US Tag Team Title Tournament. They will have their opportunity to go after those titles at the Clash of the Champions 2 weeks' time in Miami, Florida.
Well, the fans love Stan Lane and Steve Kerr. They are up and absolutely on their feet for this one. That is what they are fighting for here tonight, the Florida Tag Team title. Capacity crowd here at the Eddie Graham. A lot of people here waiting on our main event later on tonight, and I'll tell you, it's going to be one for the record books fans. We also got the Florida Heavyweight Champion in a tag team match with his brother Kendall Windham. Barry Windham, Kendall Windham being tag team action later on tonight. We take a look at the tag team champions. The Fabulous One, Stan Lane, Steve Kerr. It's been a long road for them to get to where they are right now. They had to get past those sheep herders, and they did that successfully. We haven't really seen them in the area since.
Well, again, the Sheep Herders were not an easy tag team to beat. As a matter of fact, they'd been Florida Tag Team Champions for quite some time before the Fabulous Ones came along. So it says a lot about the Fabulous Ones when you see how much they've done already between the beating of the Sheep Herders to take the Florida titles. That was part of it. Getting to the United States Tag Team Title Tournament Finals, they had to go through top talent to do that. And now they're going up against Kevin Sullivan's men right here. You also have to start to think about the schedule that these guys have been keeping, though. They have been wrestling a lot of matches over the last several days, and you have to wonder if maybe it's wearing them down a little bit, and maybe that'll give Kevin Sullivan's men an advantage in a match like this.
Well, it's very possible indeed, to your point, that champion's schedule is never an easy one, and now not only are they the champions, but they're going after another title at the same time, and we've seen it happen. Lex Luger, of course, being the most recent to take the Florida title and parlay that into the NWA US title, and then briefly as the world champion, which, of course, that is now in limbo.
Nice move right there. Stan Lane coming down on Kendo Nagasaki, and rolls right out to the floor.
And Stan Lane and Steve Kern are not above brawling if that's what it's going to take. And they know with Kevin Sullivan and his team, that's probably exactly what this is going to break down into, is Kevin Sullivan and the Fallen Angel now getting awfully close to the action. Nagasaki just sending Steve Kern into the steel guardrail and now continuing the beatdown outside the ring. Kevin Sullivan, what is he doing? I get a little concerned when I see Kevin Sullivan this close to the action. Referee's count has reached 6, I believe.
He is, and if they don't get back in the ring, then it's what?
Kendo Nagasaki now applying the head scissor. Steve Kern beats the count. Oh, and Kendo Nagasaki just barely does as well.
That was very close right there. We almost had a win for the Fabulous Ones with a count out. I don't know if Kevin Sullivan would have been so happy with that.
Both of those men taking full advantage of the 10 count outside the ring. Tag is made. Stan Lane with a drop kick to the Ninja. Follows it up with a clothesline. And another drop kick, and down goes the Ninja. Down goes Kendo Nagasaki. And standing tall in the ring is Stan Lane.
Stan Lane now going and putting his attentions on Kendo Nagasaki, but he's in a dangerous place right there. Kevin Sullivan, Fallen Angel, both very close proximity. I wouldn't want him out there.
Stan Lane, a house of fire, taking it to the Temple of Five, and now throwing Kendo Nagasaki back into the ring. But Muta into the steel steps. What has gotten into Stan Lane here tonight?
Well, you saw Fallen Angel take a swipe at him as he went by there, but she wasn't able to get him. And now look at this. Stan Lane's got him up.
Oh, but the Ninja able to fight his way out, but right back in, and Stan Lane raking the eyes, stunning him for just a moment, and this is what I mentioned earlier. Stan Lane will do whatever it is he has to do. Lane now wanting the Ninja back to his feet. Leg sweep nicely done by Stan Lane, and Kevin Sullivan now distracting.
Well, this is the thing that we know about Kevin Sullivan and the Fallen Angel at ringside. They are very capable of distracting the opposition, and that's what's happening right here, giving the Ninja the opportunity to get back up, recollect himself, and let's see what happens.
Well, it worked out perfectly because the Ninja has indeed collected his thoughts and has, for the moment, had control, but now it is Stan Lane coming back. Lane with the Irish whip into the turnbuckle, and now the Ninja's in the wrong part of town. There's a tag made. Irish whip sends him to the rope. Drop kick right on the money, and Steve Kern going to go for the cover right here. Will that be enough?
Well, the referee was distracted by Fallen Angel and Kevin Sullivan. Steve Kern was going for the pin, but then decided he wasn't doing it after he saw Kendo coming into the ring. Now Kendo's been just knocked off the apron outside. This is exactly what we thought it was going to be. A lot of confusion, a lot of chaos.
Now the Ninja, oh my goodness! The Ninja just took Stan Lane all the way from the apron to the concrete floor.
He just delivered a brainbuster to him on the concrete floor, and Stan Lane having a hard time getting back up.
The Ninja now doing his dirty work, and Stan Lane is in trouble, but Steve Kern has managed to grab the opportunity and now taking a page out of the book of the Temple of Five, using the distraction to his advantage.
Well, Ninja was trying to make the tag right there to Kendo Nagasaki, but that's not happening because Steve Kern decided he wasn't going to let it happen. But now Kern is as distracted with Kevin Sullivan, and these guys have got to start focusing on the guys inside the ring and less on the ones outside.
Fallen Angel looking on, staring daggers into Steve Kern. And now, once again, here comes a double team. Irish whip again, shoots him off. Kevin Sullivan just put a chair in the ring. Perfect drop kick by Stan Lane. Hooks the leg. Kendo Nagasaki is able to make the save.
Well, that chair now in the ring has a courtesy of Kevin Sullivan. Referee hasn't even done anything about it yet.
Deep arm drag right there by the Ninja, sending Stan Lane over. Now Stan Lane comes up with a big clothesline. Once again, the Ninja trying to make the tag, and again, Stan Lane doing a great job of cutting the ring in half. Stan Lane now hooking the leg. He's got his feet up on the rope. Referee doesn't see it. 2, and oh boy, almost got the victory. Now it is the Ninja going to work on Stan Lane. The chair still standing out, sitting out, or laying on the canvas from the ringside area. Just off to the apron as the Ninja dropping him down, throat first across the top rope, and that is going to be a problem.
Oh, what a tremendous move. We've seen him do it before, that Pele-style kick right to the head. We've seen that knock people out cold, and now Stan Lane is absolutely in trouble.
Florida Tag Team titles are on the line, and this one is the Ninja walking right into the big kick by Stan Lane. And now Ninja butterfly suplex takes him over. These are the things that make you sometimes shake your head, because you look at the Ninja, he is quite capable of being a tremendous wrestler, but instead has fallen under the guise of men like Oliver Humperdinck and now Kevin Sullivan, and they have just led him down a dark path that he doesn't need to be traveling down. Stan Lane with a big hip toss, and down goes. Tag is made, and now both teams will make the tag. Kendo Nagasaki with that single leg drop kick, and again, that karate style drop kick by Kendo Nagasaki, taking Steve Kern all the way out to the floor. Oh, but it is Stan Lane who stuns Kendo Nagasaki.
Well, now they trade blows, and now Kendo Nagasaki, what's he thinking? Oh, what a move right there.
I'll tell you, we've seen some pretty dangerous Impact moves taking place here tonight in this one. Kendo Nagasaki just driving. There's that death grip. The Asiatic death grip is applied. Stan Lane still not up.
Well, I'll tell you, we've not seen anybody kick out or be able to survive that Asian death grip. A lot of question as to how that could be a legal hold. There's apparently nerves that are being pinched. It's not cutting off oxygen supply. But it certainly looks like it, doesn't it?
Indeed it does. Tremendous move right there by Kendo Nagasaki, snapping Steve Kern over. And the Florida Tag Team Champions right now are in trouble, and the titles are in jeopardy. Oh, this is it. This could be it right here. He's got that move. He's got the mist, and now down go the shoulders. Referee is in position. 1, 2. Oh, what a save made. And the referee is out.
Well, if it weren't for that save, we'd have new tag team champions in the state of Florida right now, because Steve Kern is out. I don't know what that green mist is, but when he puts that claw hold on, nobody gets up from it, and Steve Kern wasn't about to. I can tell you right now, it's not for the save.
Kern coming up with a nice neck breaker, and now Kendo Nagasaki out to the floor. Referee begins the count. What a match we've seen here tonight, fans. Referee's count continuing. Kendo Nagasaki trying to get... Meantime, there's a tag made. Stan Lane now the legal man. Now we've got some action taking place outside the ring, and words exchanged between Kevin Sullivan and Stan Lane. Again, the distraction really starting to catch up, I believe, to the tag team champions. Kendo Nagasaki now going into the corner, and here comes Stan Lane along with Steve Kern. Double team attack. Let's see what goes here. There's the Irish whip. Back elbow. And there's a tag made. Steve Kern now with the Ninja in the ring.
Well, he's got the Ninja in the turnbuckle, and he's going to go coast. Nope, thought he was going to go coast to coast with him. Instead, what?
Face first into the mat, and now the Ninja bailing out by Kevin Sullivan and the Fallen Angel. Both members of the Temple of Five are out on the floor. Steve Kern with some words for the Fallen Angel. Snapping the neck of Kendo Nagasaki, but it is the Ninja who's the legal man in the ring. But in the meantime, oh, what a move right there by Steve Kern. Kendo Nagasaki busted wide open. Belly to belly on the Ninja.
Yeah, and again, he's still so distracted. But wow, look at the damage done to Kendo Nagasaki. You have all that war paint, now you got blood mixing with it because it's hard to tell where one ends and one begins.
Brother, I'll tell you what right now, it is Steve Kern really stepping things up a little bit here for the Fabulous Ones. Into the corner he goes. Here comes the tag. No, there it is. Kendo Nagasaki tries to get in the ring, but he's not going to get in there in time. Stan Lane hooks the leg. Referee, turn around.
Well, once again, the distraction. This time it's the referee distracted. The Fabulous Ones really having a loaded deck that they're playing with right now.
Oh, what a move. And now the Ninja appears to be busted open, and he is. Now the Ninja bleeding profusely from the forehead. His face quickly becoming a crimson mask. He hooks the leg. Stan Lane, too, and almost got it.
The Ninja, I'm not sure what he was able to use to kick out of that one. I thought it was all over, but right now Stan Lane is just about ready.
He went 40 missed. And now it's the Ninja with that tremendous move right there. There's something going on outside the ring with the Temple of Five. Kevin Sullivan, Kendo Nagasaki, and Fallen Angel all having words. I don't think they're happy with the way this one's going at all. Stan Lane, sunset flip, he's got him down, but he's not the legal man in the ring. Steve Kern rushing, leg sweep, and now the Ninja once again down. Beg your pardon, Stan Lane in the ring.
Not quite sure what Stan Lane's thinking right here, but not the place to go for the pinfall attempt. He's way too close to Kendo Nagasaki. That's not going to happen.
Now driving those elbows right into the forehead, doing further damage to the head and the face. Both members of the Temple of Five shedding blood in this one. And now it is the Ninja from behind. Textbook suplex right there by the Ninja. Going for the end. Sit out slam version, and nicely done.
Stan Lane was so close to making the tag right there, but the Ninja caught him at the last possible second. German suplex, look at that.
Well, the Ninja, not the biggest guy in the wrestling world, but I'll tell you, he knows how to use leverage to his advantage. Looking at that move right there, unbelievable. Oh, there it is. He caught him with that Pele kick. He's in the ropes, referee. Referee's in the ropes. You've got to be kidding me.
What just happened? What just happened? What a travesty.
The man was halfway out of the ring. You've got to be kidding me. Fans, I'm telling you right now, we need to go to replay of this. I hope they're going to show replay on this one because that was not right.
Well, we're looking back at a lot of moments from this one here. Wow, what a move right there.
Fans, I am sorry, but there is something really rotten going on down here. There are new tag team champions in the state of Florida. Kevin Sullivan has brought us the Temple of Five, the Ninja, and Kendo Nagasaki. We have not heard the last of this, I can assure you that. We'll be back with more right after these words. All right, wrestling fans, we are back, and joining me at this time, as if I could stop him, Kevin Sullivan.
Mr. Soley, I tried to tell everyone you didn't want to listen. Now you have to listen. The Temple of Five is here, and now we are the Florida Tag Team Champions. And tonight, Mike Grandma, you wanted it, you got it. Handicap match, 3-on-1. I don't like your odds.
All right, wrestling fans, we're going to take you back up to the ring now for some actual wrestling action. This crowd still buzzing about what we just saw. Superstar Billy Graham, member of the House of Humperdinck. What in the world? Well, there you go. The Bahamas champion, the one-man gang, and superstar Billy Graham representing the House of Humperdinck here tonight.
Well, superstar Billy Graham recently made his appearance here in Florida Championship Wrestling, and he made it known that he was going to do whatever he has to do. He's not here for a walk in the park. He is here to wear gold, and whether that be Barry Windham, whether that be tag team champions, it makes you wonder if he wouldn't go after the Bahamas champion right now, even though it's somebody in his own stable.
Well, the old saying is there is no honor among thieves, so when it comes to superstar Billy Graham, I dare say that all's fair when it comes to gold. All right, here come the opposition of Florida heavyweight champion Barry Windham. His brother Kendall Windham. We saw their father earlier tonight, Blackjack Mulligan.
Well, Barry Windham, Kendall Windham, these two guys, I'll tell you, they're exciting to watch in the ring. Barry Windham recently taking the Florida Championship, which was vacated by Lex Luger when he won the world title. No love lost between the Windham family and the Humperdinks, I can tell you that right now.
All right, we're going to get our look at Barry Windham here, starting things off against the one-man gang. And Barry Windham wasting no time at all. Quickly going to work on the one-man gang.
Wow, the one-man gang just shut Barry Windham down like he was nothing. Did you see that?
Indeed, I did. Barry Windham, some 6'6", 268 pounds out of Texas. He's a big man who moves really well for a big man. Going up against the one-man gang, who's a big man who just beats the life out of everyone he gets in the ring with. And now Barry Windham getting the advantage again on the one-man gang. The Florida champion now brings him over, making the tag to his brother Kendall. Less experienced, a little bit less size, but still coming from a very strong pedigree when it comes to professional wrestling.
Yeah, the Windham family have absolutely been a powerful force in wrestling. Barry Windham has been involved in several different tag team combinations. Of course, one of the most famous being with Mike Rotundo. They've been tag team champions everywhere they've gone, and now Barry Windham trying to pass some of that knowledge on to his brother here, Kendall, who locks up with superstar Billy Graham.
Superstar Billy Graham with a free-fall suplex of sorts. He just turned him loose in midair. Kendall Windham coming crashing down, and now it is superstar Billy Graham working the nerves in the trapezius area.
You know, superstar Billy Graham took some time off from wrestling after losing the world title, and he went overseas and did some studying. And he has found a lot of the Asian styles of their culture, and he uses a lot of that now in the ring when he does his work.
Well, I'm not sure what part of Asia he learned to use the ring post in. I think he may have had that beforehand, as he's now throwing the Florida heavyweight champion Barry Windham from literally pillar to post. Now superstar Billy Graham wrenching the arm of Barry Windham as the referee's count continues to climb. Superstar Billy Graham bouncing the head of Barry Windham off the canvas, and now the House of Humperdinck looking like they're pretty much in control of things at this point in time. Big move by Barry Windham now, taking superstar Billy Graham up and bringing him down with that powerful power bomb. And now Kendall Windham in the ring.
Well, that didn't last very long, though. Superstar Billy Graham just, I think, has a little bit too much size, strength, and definitely experience for Kendall Windham at this point in his career. Partly why this is a tag team matchup and not a one-on-one, but Kendall Windham's a fighting young man, though. He'll take on anyone, and even if he's going to lose the match, he knows he'll get something to learn from it and make him better.
Kendall Windham indeed has learned, because now he's driving the knee into the chest of the superstar, and Billy Graham is in trouble. Kendall Windham follows it up with a big elbow right to the back and makes the tag, and right now the brothers are doing a great job. Fans, if you are just joining us now, we have new Florida Tag Team Champions representing the Temple of Five, Kendo Nagasaki and the Ninja. Much controversy in the way that one went down.
Be interesting to see Barry Windham and Kendall Windham if they were to win a match like this and see if they get an opportunity at them.
Superstar Billy Graham now with the Irish whip Barry Windham into the corner, and right now there's the tag made, and now it's a 2-on-1. Barry Windham, victim of a numbers disadvantage, and now he's got him up in the air, but couldn't hold him. Barry Windham dropping the head of the one-man gang into the canvas. Irish whip once again, bringing the one-man gang into more friendly territory for Barry Windham. Makes the tag. He's got Kendall from the top rope. Rocket launcher throws him across the chest and the body of the one-man gang. Kendall Windham was attempting, I believe, a bulldog, but the one-man gang fighting it off, and now Kendall Windham starting to pick it up.
Kendall Windham doing a tremendous job against a much larger man in the one-man gang.
Windham using those knee strikes to his advantage, really driving them deep into the muscle. And there's that Texas clothesline, and suddenly the one-man gang is in trouble.
I'd say he's definitely in trouble, and if things don't turn for him very quickly, it's going to be over.
Kendall Windham with a bulldog.
And now distracted by Humperdinck. That's too bad, because I think Kendall Windham had the opportunity right there to go for it. That was his opportunity, and I think he made a huge mistake in turning his attention to Humperdinck.
He continues to do the number on the one-man gang. We have not seen the one-man gang manhandled. I mean, he's gone head-to-head with the best in the state of Florida. We saw him push the then Florida heavyweight champion Lex Luger to the limit, nearly defeating him and dethroning him.
Well, he did take a title away from somebody. That was Tyree Pride just a few weeks ago.
Kendall Windham continuing to beat down the one-man gang, and who would have believed that? Big forearm smash right there by Kendall Windham. Snap mare. And now another shoulder tackle, and now let's see what's happening here. Tag made, and now here comes Superstar Billy Graham. We've got a steel chair in the ring, but the referee finally going to take care of that. Billy Graham with that atomic knee drop on Barry Windham. That's a move that he's familiar with. He's been on the receiving end of one. Superstar Billy Graham with a big elbow drop as well.
Yeah, that atomic knee drop is a very underappreciated maneuver. And now he's got him.
He's got him in the bear hug. Barry Windham's in trouble. The Florida heavyweight champion is in trouble. Titles aren't on the line. Barry Windham fighting his way out of it, though.
Wow, I'll tell you right now, that was impressive because I don't see too many people getting out of that Billy Graham vice. And now look at this. Barry Windham sends him flying over the top rope, and he comes out after him.
Now they battle up the aisle. This is getting out of control. Referee's count is climbing. Barry Windham doing a number on superstar Billy Graham. I dare say this thing is turning personal because Barry Windham right now throwing superstar Billy Graham back into the match, and now superstar is in trouble.
Barry Windham got his wake-up call with that bear hug, and now, oh, look at that.
He planted him. Barry Windham just planted the superstar. Now Barry Windham bringing him to his corner, but superstar Billy Graham able to get out of there just in the nick of time.
Corner to corner and post to post. Barry Windham with a big boot right to the face, though.
Oh, what a move, Barry Windham. Driving the superstar's neck into the knee, and now tags are made by both teams. The one-man gang, flying dropkick, who'd have thought?
Well, here's where the size advantage is going to take its place right here. I'd say the experience is about even with these two men because both of them are relatively newcomers to wrestling. But one-man gang has so much of an advantage in size over Kendall Windham, you have to wonder.
Meantime, superstar Billy Graham still outside the ring on the floor. He hasn't done well since that move Barry Windham drove his neck into the knee, and it just... What is Kendall Windham doing now? He's on the top rope. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, brother.
What a tremendous move in the crowd here at the Eddie Graham on its feet.
Superstar Billy Graham has finally made his way back to the ring apron, and the look on the face, I'd say, of Oliver Humperdinck says it all. He's not at all happy with the way things are going for his team tonight. One-man gang with a backbreaker, and Kendall Windham is in trouble.
Indeed, Kendall Windham's in a lot of trouble, especially now because he's in the wrong corner, and he manages to get that boot up just in the nick of time.
Driving the head of the one-man gang into the mat. Now what's Kendall Windham got in mind? One-man gang with a big clothesline taking down Kendall Windham, and now he was looking to make the tag, but he's in the wrong corner. I don't think he even realizes where he is at the moment. Tremendous move right here. Double throat lift and slam. Kendall is in trouble. Barry Windham reaching out for the tag. There it is.
Just in the nick of time, Barry Windham with that forearm down goes the one-man gang. Spear takes him down.
And Barry Windham has a claw hold. Barry Windham with a claw, the one-man gang, and this may be all she wrote. It's over. Here are your winners, Barry Windham and Kendall Windham.
Well, I'll tell you, that is what it comes down to at the end. At the very last minute, their tag was made. As we take a look back on some of the moments of this one, Kendall Windham was thrown across the chest of the one-man gang, took some of the starch out of his sails with that.
Big clothesline right there by Kendall Windham, and here we look at superstar Billy Graham. He had some moments as well. But at the end of the day, it came down to this right here. Barry Windham with that claw hold on. Not the first time we've seen that used here tonight.
Yeah, it was used on his father early tonight, and you have to wonder if maybe that wasn't the message he was trying to send to the members of the House of Humperdinck. You did it to one of mine, now we've done it to one of yours.
This is definitely a family affair. Now the question is, where do they go from here? victorious Barry and Kendall Windham. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got our main event. Stay with us. All right, wrestling fans, this is our main event here. Live from the Eddie Graham Sports Arena, Mike Graham going to be getting in the ring with not one, not two, but three members of the Temple of Five. We've seen the other two already tonight victorious, and now the new Florida Tag Team Champions. And if you think Kevin Sullivan was difficult to handle in the past, I don't know right now what we're going to be looking at.
Well, Kevin Sullivan, the Prince of Darkness himself, is going to be leading the troops down here, and this is going to be the first opportunity for him and Mike Graham to really get in the ring one-on-one. Well, as much as one-on-one you can have, but a handicap match, I suppose. But there's likely going to be at least a moment where Mike Graham does get to go into the ring and put his hands on Kevin Sullivan. And I tell you, it's something I've been waiting to see.
Well, this thing turned very personal very quickly because Mike Graham, as we now know, had some very personal photographs that somebody had taken. We're still not sure how those photographs were obtained by Mr. Sullivan, but they did not paint a very good picture, pardon the pun, of Mr. Graham as he was in the company of a young woman who was not his wife, and that was being used as leverage for several weeks over Mike Graham. But that all changed when Mike Graham came clean, told the world and all involved the truth, taking the power away from Kevin Sullivan. But at the end of the day, that did in fact cost him the relationship that he's had, which currently appears not to be existing any longer.
Yeah, it's one thing with professional wrestling when you go after a guy in the ring, and even if you do it in the locker room or whatever, that's part of the business. But when you start attacking a guy and going after his family and personal stuff like that, it's crossing a different line. And I think Kevin Sullivan's going to find out about that one.
Mike Graham wasting no time going after the Purple Haze here. And he bailing outside the ring. Mike Graham just continues to unload. He's got a lot on his mind right here, and he's going to try.
Well, it's a 3-on-1 disadvantage. I don't know how much Mike Graham thinks he's going to be able to pull off in this one, but he was willing to sign the contract because that's how bad he wants to get his hands on Kevin Sullivan. Of course, you notice Kevin Sullivan didn't start the match.
Absolutely not. Kevin Sullivan wouldn't. Mike Graham with a leaping elbow. Now the Irish whip into the ropes he goes. Mike Graham with a drop down coming up the back. Went for the drop kick, nobody home. Clothesline attempt, and that backfires, and Mike Graham all the way out to the floor. Now Kevin Sullivan will make the tag in. Graham turns around and right into the steel post, and now Kevin Sullivan doing the job that he knew he was going to do. Doing exactly what we all knew he was going to do here. Going to the work on the eyes and the face, and now the leg of Mike Graham.
Well, Mike Graham may have let his emotions get the best of him by signing this match.
Kevin Sullivan into that steel guardrail. Mike Graham signaling the elbow. Sullivan makes it back in the ring, and now look at this, finally.
Well, Mike Graham had the opportunity there, but he couldn't take advantage of it. Now Kevin Sullivan's got him down.
Sullivan with an elbow drop. Mike Graham out the back door. Now he's got Sullivan. Oh, here he goes. Teeing off on Kevin Sullivan. Graham, what's he going to do here? Slingshot suplex taking Kevin Sullivan back out to the middle of the ring. Out to the apron he goes. Sullivan going to bring him in the hard way. Ox Baker standing nearby. And again, they exchange blows ringside. Mike Graham teeing off on Kevin Sullivan. Inverted atomic knee drop, and that has just turned the tempo that quickly. Mike Graham grabbing the leg.
He just drove Kevin Sullivan into those steps.
And again, Mike Graham back into the ring. And he breaks the count. Mike Graham with the end of the bulldog on the concrete floor. Ox Baker just got taken out. The Purple Haze is gone.
Boy, he's going to work on all of them right now, no doubt. He wants a one-on-one match with Kevin Sullivan.
And now it is a one-on-one. Mike Graham with Kevin Sullivan. He can't make the tag. Russian leg sweep by Sullivan buys him some time. Now it is Mike Graham bringing Kevin Sullivan into the ring the hard way, and down he goes. Tag is made. Sullivan makes the tag now to the Purple Haze.
Well, the Purple Haze thrown across the ring, and now let's see what Mike Graham's got in mind.
Oh, clinch fist right down to the head. Mike Graham doing a great job here. Whoa, big move right there. Graham's got him. Referee is distracted. And now finally gets here. 1, 2. Save is made.
Well, it took that referee a long time to get there to make the count. And in the meantime, it didn't matter. Because the save was made by Big Ox Baker.
Well, Mr. Baker making the save, and he's the freshest man in the ring. He has yet to get into the match, but that may be changing in a moment. And now the tag again made Kevin Sullivan. Here's the Irish whip, and now double team back body drop.
Well, Graham's done a great job taking on 3 men by himself, but I think the gas tank may be running a little bit low at this point in time. Now as Kevin Sullivan sizes him up. Tremendous move right there.
Kevin Sullivan now going to work on the trapeze. He knows the nerves. He knows the points of interest. And he is really just going to exploit everything he can on Mike Graham at this point. Graham is up and down again. Kevin Sullivan really in control of Mike Graham at this point in time. He's got a pile driver.
Oh, I think that's all she wrote. I think it's all over right now. Mike Graham, good luck kicking out of that.
It's over. Mike Graham did a tremendous job fighting off 3 men, but sooner or later, with those kind of odds, things are going to catch up to you. Look right here. Kevin Sullivan bulldogged into the concrete floor. Mike Graham would have had the win at that point in time if not for the outside interference and the distraction.
Yeah, he had him beat, no doubt about it. The Purple Haze wasn't going anywhere. And then, look at this, Ox Baker comes in and makes the save to prevent it.
Kevin Sullivan right there with that pile driver. That was all she wrote. Fans, once again, we want to thank you for joining us here on the Nation Network for the greatest wrestling anywhere championship wrestling from the state of Florida. We'll be back with more next week. In the meantime, we thank you for joining us, and we remind you to join us on the PlayStation Network community, the Humanoid Nation. You can follow us on Twitter at Invasion Nation. Good night, everyone.